Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Rachel of Gathered Plans. I have this stunning kit called To Have and To Hold by Crafts by Thaowie. And no, this is not my wedding kit or my wedding week. This is a wedding that we attended in October, so I'm finally having the opportunity to film, edit, and upload this video. So hopefully you enjoy it. I was so happy to use this kit by Crafts by Thaowie. One, I adore her kits. I think her format is just creme de la creme. Like, it's just so good. I don't know if that was a proper analogy, but it was just top tier. Like, I just feel like her kits truly have everything and anything that I need. I feel like the quality is so good and the details are spectacular. So I do have a code with Crafts by Thaowie. It's Rachel10 for 10% off of $25 or more. And if you spend that and put my name in the notes to seller, you will get my foiled freebie. And I think she does random foil pulls. So definitely don't miss out on a freebie. I feel like my freebie is super functional. All of the other girls' freebies are functional too, so be sure to check them out. And yeah, so this was definitely a refreshing change to use a very feminine and delicate kit. I feel like I've been doing a lot of Halloween and fall kits. Well, you know, I just feel like those colors are totally different from this. And it was a refreshing change to do something more delicate and super feminine. I feel like this is definitely more like spring. And I say the same thing, like during spring, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so over all these super feminine, pink, super girly kits, just because one, that's not really like my style in general, but I have a tendency to crave something else if I'm doing the same thing over and over again or using similar colorways and styles, if that makes any sense. So it's just one of those things where I guess I'll never be content, or I will always want something else, but that's life, right? So NT ways. So here I'm using this beautiful date strip from Panda Bird Design and the Gathered Layers collection. If you ordered anything from the sale that Jess had for a, it was like Black Friday sale or just shop sale in general, and the Gathered Layers collection was 20% off, please comment below, let me know what you picked up, and I'm so appreciative of you guys supporting the collaboration and Jess's shop. She is so incredibly deserving and just such an amazing person. I love her so much. We've become incredibly great friends, and I'm just so thankful for our friendship. These date strips are just gorgeous. They just make a spread look so elegant, and it was just so easy to do the date cover section simply because it's just a date strip, and layering it over the torn paper and some florals and then putting florals on top, it kind of gave this, I don't know how to describe it, this like look of the florals being in and out of the garlands, the doilies and stuff. It just kind of looked like it was weaved through. That's the word. Sorry if you can see my head. I was really getting up close and personal to make sure it was super precise. I am very particular about my stuff. I like things to be lined up perfectly. I'm just very much that way. So again, the date strips are from Panda Bird Design, and these are the lace and doily option. They are so beautiful. And I've also seen this trick from Lauren. She flips the paper and just cuts along the edge of the paper so you can get the excess off. I used to use scissors like above and it would always look wonky, but thank you, Lauren. I've seen her do that in some videos and it just makes sense. Totally makes sense. And I've been doing it ever since. Unfortunately, my backdrop, it's not, this is actually not the top of my desk. I have like a photo backdrop that's just, you know, quote unquote white. It's not super white anymore, unfortunately. It's gotten dirty over the years. It's not self-healing. So, you know, it's got a bunch of cut marks on it because I use my craft knife, but it's okay. I don't think it's super obvious. But anyways, I am obsessed with this. I didn't decide to use the quote box. I guess I just wasn't a fan of how it looked together, but then when I was looking at it, I kind of wish I elected to keep the fashion girl out. I'm not a huge fashion girl kind of girl. Like, I don't like fashion girls in my spreads. It's just not my thing. When I was looking at the spread as a whole, I kind of felt like the center on Wednesday or Thursday, whatever you consider the center, looked a little bit off just because it was the only full box with a girl. But I think it was very elegant and beautiful, and I still wanted her in it because she just looked so pretty, and it was like perfect for, you know, this week because it was one of our friends' weddings. So it was really cool. But yeah, so on the month section, I just kept going with the flow of the like torn paper into the date cover. I've actually been doing that lately where I don't feel like I've been doing a specific month section, like using a different box or something. I've really just been adding like a clip art deco piece and just the month script. and letting that be the month section versus, because before I would do like a whole thing with like a Polaroid or some fancy boxes or something like that, but now I'm just letting the month section really flow into the day cover deco and making that just simple. And I think that saves a lot of time, one, for me, and secondly, it just looks so much more I don't know, like balanced, I think. But I kind of go back and forth on how I do things in general. And I really love the sidebar I did here. I just used one of the florals. I trimmed it down. Or I think this was actually a floral that was already cut to be like a trim. And I put the tucks and the dress, and then I used that floral bouquet that kind of looked like it could be like a flower bouquet for a wedding. And I paired that together, and I think that was really, really beautiful. And I also decided to just go ahead and use like a tracker on the sidebar just because it was beautiful. And then I put the cake at the bottom. I'm obsessed with Crafts by Thawie's garlands and like drops. I think they look so incredibly elegant and just gorgeous. I love how dainty they are, and that's kind of why I decided to use this day cover strip with the super dainty, elegant garlands from Panaper Design as well, because I think it was a really beautiful pairing. And since the bottom washi section had lace, I pulled in some other lace dividers from Sadie Stickers in between the header and the full box. I also put a super dainty garland from Paper Trail Plans at the bottom just to add some more of that garland feel, and then of course a super dainty dot divider from from the Pretty Pink Co. in between the bottom line and the washi section. So I know that's kind of out of frame here, and I'm talking about that when I'm not even in frame, but I'm sorry. I wanted to just go ahead and get that out. And also my favorite dot dividers, those are from Sadie Stickers on the top here on Monday. I felt like that was perfect because it really matched some of the full boxes and the elements throughout the entire kit. So on Monday it rained so much, and I just went ahead and had breakfast with a family. I'm pretty sure I made breakfast, and I love this breakfast deco platter that is from White Deer Stationery. It's so cute. I feel like it's always fun to pull it in when I can. And then I had too many meetings this day. I actually had that as a custom. I'm pretty sure that's permanently in Paper Trail Plans shop now. I had too many meetings, and I just layered that over a like torn washi sticker. I think that turned out really cute, and I think I marked all of my meetings kind of that way. And then here I'm taking one of those dot dividers and making it kind of like a drop, and I love, or a droop, and I love how that looks. It really matches even on the sidebar tracker on the left hand side. I uploaded an ASMR sticker haul this day, and I've kind of liked doing that for my sticker hauls. I think it's really fun and different, and kind of a different angle and take on hauls, but I haven't filmed a haul in a while. I actually have several Happy Mail packages that I need to open, so I probably need to film one soon. They are just incredibly time consuming to do, and the idea of having to put stickers away sometimes it's just a lot. It's like a chore to me sometimes, but it's definitely been significantly better since using my Ray and Tay binder collection or storage organization, and it's just, I don't know, it just feels like a chore in general, putting away stickers. Let me know below if you think putting away stickers, even after filming a plan with me, is so tedious. I personally still have stacks of different deco and like boxes and things I've used from previous plan with me's that I just haven't put away because I'm too lazy. And that's just the honest truth. So Monday night I had therapy, and then on Tuesday I filmed a plan with me. All of the colored icons are mostly from the kit. Al does a beautiful job at including icons that match the colorway of her kits, and then she also now has an add-on of just foiled icons. I elected not to use any foiled icons because I felt like it just looked prettier with having colored icons, and I really wanted the foil elements to be like the lace and the accents and garlands and boxes, and not necessarily the icons, because I didn't want it to be heavily foiled, but I was trying to be very intentional of where I was placing my foil. And then I had 2 meetings marked that the same way that I did on Monday. I love her torn washi strips. Are so adorable. I just feel like they add a pop of color without being too much, and without it having to be like a floral, if that makes any sense. To mark walking Jace, I used one of the heels that came with the kit. I did not walk my dog in heels. That's crazy. I would never do that. It's not crazy if you do it. It's crazy for me because I would probably hurt myself. I just felt like since it was a shoe and it matched the kit, I figured it would make sense to just use it and not let it go to waste. I love using clip art deco pieces whenever I can if it makes sense and pertains to what I'm marking. I just feel like it really adds to the flow and the balance of the entire spread. I did not put a side bow on that lipstick, but I will do that later. and looking at it now is like, wow, it looks kind of naked. So I went ahead and I dressed it up with a side bow from Miss and Meow. I just layered a couple of the shadow boxes from the Gathered Layers collection from Panda Bird Design, and then of course a whited out scallop box from Crafts by Thaowie. We had sushi that night at one of our favorite sushi spots, and then I slept early. I guess I was just super tired. I go to bed pretty early. Let me know if you're a morning person or if you're a night owl. I'm definitely a morning person. I love getting up early, maximizing my day, and just having my alone time, and I feel like I accomplish so much and I can see the sun rising and all that good stuff. It's just so refreshing to me. But Greg laughs at me because sometimes I'll fall asleep at like 9 o'clock, and it's so funny, but it's true. Especially with daylight savings ruining things even more. I feel like I've been tired even earlier just because it really just messed up my whole schedule. I don't like daylight savings at all. I'm not a fan of it. I really hate that it's dark by like 6 or 5 o'clock now. It's a pain. I don't really feel like I gained anything from gaining, quote unquote, gaining an hour. Yeah, it really threw me off this year big time. I don't know. It's just been crazy. Anyways. So I used a pillow to mark sleeping early on Tuesday. That's from White Deer Stationery, and then I put a floral on top of it to give it some color because that pillow is pretty much white with a gray outline, and dressed it up with a bow. On Wednesday, I woke up at 4 a.m. I don't know why. Probably could not sleep the night before. Had iced coffee, 3 meetings. I don't like the way I marked the 3 meetings just because it was a little bit offset, but I didn't want to cover the florals too much, so I just kept it, and I used the very famous calendars from Crafts by Thaowie, and I just layered some florals and hearts as well. I felt like hearts were appropriate because this is a wedding kit. And I shopped at Target that day, and then we watched House of Dragon. I love how I marked watching House of Dragon. I layered one of the colored ovals that came with the kit over the like torn notepad paper just to give it some extra color in the background. And I think that turned out really pretty. Again, just using some extra garlands from Sadie stickers and some drops as well. All right, sorry, I just hit my wall with my planner. It's a little bit aggressive. Okay, so on Thursday, I was so exhausted this morning, not sure why. I'm pretty sure this week my sleep schedule was just crazy. This was early October though, so I probably could be wrong. Wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. I feel like I sleep relatively like well. I usually get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and I have no problem sleeping and falling asleep. And Greg, on the other hand, has a lot of trouble falling asleep, but I literally will put my head on a pillow and 2 seconds later I'm out. And I love that because I usually get a great night's sleep. Last night was not the case though. I was up at 2 in the morning, 2:30, and then I didn't go to bed till like 3:30 or 4. And that's why like I woke up at like 8:30, which is never the case for me. Waking up at 8:30 or 9 is sleeping in for me, and that's late. I'm usually up at 6:30 or 7, even on weekends. I just prefer it. I love it. I really enjoy it, and I feel like the older I'm getting, I'm probably going to start enjoying more naps. I just try not to nap so much because I end up getting a headache and feeling worse sometimes if it's a really long nap, but cat naps are pretty okay. Anyway, sorry about the tangent. So on Thursday, I went into the office for a meeting this day, so I used a pen and some leaves behind it. I thought that was really pretty. I love her lace circles. They're gorgeous. And then again, I just dressed it up with some garlands and some stars. I pulled in stars, like star accents and heart accents from Sadie stickers throughout because I think that turned out really pretty, and it was kind of like elegant and sparkly and perfect for this kit. We also watched Bill Burr, a stand-up, and that was so funny. Watched that, and I just used one of the drink glasses to mark that. Even though I didn't drink anything, I really was trying to just use everything that came with the kit and not have to pull anything from my collection. I have noticed I've been a lot more lax on using icons that really match what I'm trying to mark. I used to be such a stickler. Like I used to have an icon that perfectly matched what I was marking and get like really I don't know how to describe it. I would overthink it and I would have to make it perfect. But nowadays I'm just like, if it's close enough and it makes sense, whatever, I'll do it. And I'm not going to stress about it. And sometimes I won't even use an icon. Sometimes I will use a flower, or I will use other layering elements just to sit alone because I just feel like I don't want to stress myself. I used to be that way, and that would actually stop me from filming sometimes because I didn't have the specific icons or stickers to pertain to what I was marking, and now I'm just getting out of my own way and letting it be. And I think it's the best thing I could have done for myself, honestly, because I've learned to really just like relax and just enjoy it and not be overly stressed. But I take this, this whole stickering thing pretty seriously, guys, or at least I used to a lot. But I'm so glad I'm a lot more like chill about it. All right, so at the bottom of Thursday, I took Jason on another walk and I did the same thing. I used one of the other heels to mark walking him, and then I packed for our trip, and that duffel bag is from White Stationery. I was so happy to use those duffel bags. I don't use them often. I also appreciate the like light blues that were in this kit. It allowed me to pull in a lot of the pastel light blues from the White Stationery colorway. Loved those. And then on Friday, we were both off. Took the day off because we were driving up to New Jersey for a wedding. So I used a day off script from Bloom Paper Studio. It is probably the most elegant day off script I have. So I wanted to use that because it was perfect for this kit. I used a car from the kit to mark driving up to New Jersey, and then I layered some boxes similarly to the beginning of the week, so there was some balance throughout. Put on makeup, and that is a makeup cup with brushes in it from White Stationery. And then I also was heavily inspired by Kiara. She has just been using dividers by themselves, and that's how, dividers really were meant to be used, right? Or I mean, there's no specific way to use something, but I think that was the intent when they were released from a long time ago, is you use them as just that, as a divider. And now, like with all the layering that we do, you can totally make it even more layered and intricate, and all that stuff just depends on your taste and your style. I really love the simplicity that Kiara, her approach is just to use the sticker for what it is, and I've been trying to be more conscious of doing that because I feel like that's so stunning. Like that dot divider from Sadie Stickers between putting on makeup and the rehearsal dinner there was just so perfect. It was just simple by itself, and I didn't need to add anything to it, and I was able to let the sticker shine on its own. And I'm trying to be more aware of doing that because I think there's this fine balance I'm trying to find between layering a lot and then using a sticker simply, I guess. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Let me know if you understand. I feel like with all the layering and the trends, it's just sometimes it can get overwhelming and it can be a lot at times, and trying to find that balance has been my biggest thing that works for me and what my style is. And I think I'm always navigating to like, what is my style and what do I want to do? Like, what am I in the mood for? That's just my thing. Okay, so Friday, there was a rehearsal dinner at an Italian restaurant. I used the champagne glasses from White Stationery with a side bow from Miss and Meow. Saturday, Starbucks run. We shopped at Wegmans. We don't have a Wegmans. Well, we do have one, but it's out of the way in another city, and I don't feel like going all the way out there just to go to Wegmans, but it is really nice. I love Wegmans. It's a really great grocery store. If I had one closer to me, I would go to it all the time. We definitely splurged and went there, and it was just kind of crazy to like walk around, and it was really surreal and nice to see everything that they had because it's not like the norm for us to have one near us. So the place that we were staying at, there was a Wegmans just down the street. So that was really cool. It just shows my age when I'm very excited about grocery stores, So we went to Wegmans, and then we also went to a bagel place. Really great bagels. Phenomenal. Loved it so much. We also went to a place called the Game Zone and Espresso Bar in the city. That was really cool. I actually got a little stuffed baby Groot, and then I got my sister a Pikachu. So I have the baby Groot in my office. He is so adorable. I'm obsessed with Groot. I am obsessed with Groot. Like Tay loves Baby Yoda or Grogu, whatever you guys call him. But I love Groot. Baby Groot is the funniest. Like, we watched all of the Groot shorts over on Disney Plus, and it was like the best thing. Like, I could watch them all over and over again. They're so funny. Anyways, I digress. I put on makeup, and then there was the wedding. So I didn't add a bunch of other stuff that happened, but there was a whole fiasco with Men's Warehouse, and because Greg was a groomsman, this was one of his best friend's wedding. Oh gosh, there was a whole fiasco, and it was just like a lot. Thankfully, I wasn't like in the wedding party because I feel like that would have been so stressful, but I definitely was there for Greg when he needed it, and I'm so glad I was because he was stressed, and I don't want him to be stressed. Like, as a groomsman and in the party, there's already a lot of stress that goes with that, and planning, and I just try to do everything I can to like take stress off of him. So and let me tell you, driving in New Jersey and not being from New Jersey and trying to learn that and adjust to it, let me just say I am a great person to be doing. Like, I was so super helpful. Anyways, if you're from New Jersey, here's something. I wouldn't say you guys they're bad drivers. I think people from New Jersey are great drivers. Like they know how to drive. They're just very aggressive drivers. And that's something I've learned. It's just scary. But there was one person that was full on texting, using his knees with the steering wheel on the highway. And I was just flabbergasted. I was truly like afraid for my life. That's scary to me. But anyways, I also decorated the wedding in a very fancy way. I used a Polaroid and cut out the center, layered the, I don't know what that's called, but the cake and the love sign and then the ring. I just thought that was really cute. Really quickly, I wanted to touch on the whole drivers in New Jersey thing. I don't ever want to come off insensitive or disrespect anybody. I'm just saying personally, if you're not from a certain area, you're going to run into driving styles that you're not used to and familiar with. I think that goes with any place that you live. I just don't want to come off rude because that is not my intent whatsoever. Just because like I am so thankful that I had Greg, because Greg went to an academy up in New York and he is from the Philadelphia area, so he's pretty familiar with driving up there. And his grandma is also from New Jersey. So I'm so glad that he was with me for the most part and he knows how to be an aggressive driver. I'm an island girl. Like I grew up in very laid back areas most of my life that I'm not used to that hustle bustle. And even the cities in my area are not that hectic. Don't get me wrong. We still have our moments where I'm just like looking at people and questioning why they're even behind a steering wheel. But regardless, it's just on a different level. And I was quite intimidated. I'm not gonna lie. I was really scared. I was very scared. You know, it's kind of impressive because I didn't really see accidents. It's just they're just very aggressive and it's just different. Anyways, that was a whole tangent for no reason. I just want to quickly say I didn't leave the thing on Friday empty on purpose. That's just something I wanted to keep private for myself. I will do that oftentimes. I will leave a box or something empty because I want to, you know, maybe write it off camera and I don't want to share it with the whole world, because being on the internet, it's kind of hard to have some privacy. So I do that for myself and for my own sake. So I just wanted to say that. But thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. This kit is so stunning. I had so much fun planning with it. And I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I will talk to you soon. Otherwise, have a great day. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.